He was diagnosed with a medical condition that meant he'd be too small to ever play football. Today, he is the greatest of all time. Learn the story of his impossible journey and improve your English with us. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next inspiring story. Today, I have a very special story for you. It's a story that I hope will inspire you. We are going to listen to the story of Lionel Messi, one of the greatest football players the world has ever known. Some stories are about talent. Other stories are about hard work. But the best stories, the ones that truly stay in our hearts, are about overcoming struggles. Lionel Messi's life is one of those stories. It is a journey that takes us from a small, quiet boy in Argentina to the greatest football player the world has ever seen. But his journey was never easy. It was filled with challenges that would have made most people give up. Let me tell you about the boy who turned his struggles into his greatest strengths and who became an inspiration for millions of people around the world. Lionel Messi was born on June 24, 1987, in a small city called Rosario in Argentina. His full name is Lionel Andres Messi Cucitini. His father, Jorge Messi, worked hard in a factory, and his mother, Celia Cucitini, cleaned houses to help the family. Messi's family was not rich. They did not have a lot of money, but their home was full of love, and it was full of dreams. Messi was the third child in the family. He had two older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, and a younger sister, Maria Sol. They were a close, happy family who always supported each other. But even with all that love, life was not always simple for them. From a very young age, as soon as he could walk, Messi loved football. He felt a special connection to the ball. But it was his grandmother Celia who was the first person to truly see his amazing talent. She believed in him with all her heart. She would often tell him, "Lionel, you are special. One day, you will make the world proud." It was Celia who took him to his first football games and encouraged him to chase his big dreams. Messi loved her so much, and her memory is still with him today. Even now, after scoring a beautiful goal, you will see him look up to the sky. In that quiet moment, he is thanking his grandmother. Then, when Messi was just 11 years old, something terrible happened. The family's world was turned upside down. Doctors told them that Messi had a condition called growth hormone deficiency, or GHD. This meant that his body could not grow properly. He was already very small and thin compared to the other boys his age. The doctor explained that if Messi did not get treatment, he would never grow to a normal height. His dreams of playing football professionally, they would be over before they even began. Imagine hearing that news as a young boy. The treatment was very, very expensive. Messi needed to have an injection every single day, and the medicine cost around $900 every month. His father, Jorge, worked as hard as he could, but it was an impossible amount of money for their family to pay. The family was heartbroken. They felt so helpless. They knew their son was incredibly talented, a special player, but they didn't know how to save his dream. What do you do when you know your child has a gift, but you cannot afford to help them? Even though Messi was small on the football field, he was a giant. He was simply brilliant. He could dribble the ball pass to his teammates and score goals like no one else. The ball seemed to be a part of his feet. But many people could not see past his height. Coaches would shake their heads and say, "He is too small to play football seriously." Other children on the field often made fun of him. They called him names because of his size. One day, something truly cruel happened. During a football match, another boy locked Messi in the bathroom. It was a mean joke trying to stop him from playing. They thought it would break his spirit. But Messi did not give up. When he was finally let out, he didn't cry or complain. He went straight to the field, and in that game, he played better than anyone else. That moment, even at such a young age, showed everyone how strong Messi's spirit was. When Messi was 13 years old, something amazing happened. It was a moment of hope that changed everything. A football scout from FC Barcelona, one of the biggest and most famous football clubs in the world, saw Messi play. The scout could not believe his eyes. He was so impressed that he immediately spoke to Messi's family. He said, "Bring Lionel to Spain. We will take care of his medical treatment." This was a very difficult decision for the family. Moving to Spain meant leaving everything they knew. Their home, their friends, and their relatives in Argentina. But they believed in their son's dream. And so, in the year 2000, 13-year-old Messi and his father, Jorge, traveled across the ocean to Barcelona, Spain, to chase a dream. Life in Spain was not easy at all. Messi was just a small boy in a big new country where everything was different. He missed his mother, his brothers, and his sister, who had to stay behind in Argentina for a while. He felt incredibly lonely and sometimes very scared. The food tasted different, the streets looked different, and he couldn't speak the language well. But Messi never ever stopped playing football. He joined the famous youth academy at FC Barcelona, a place called La Masia, where he trained with other talented young players. Even though he was almost always the smallest player on the field, his talent was impossible to ignore. It shined so brightly. He practiced every single day, working harder than anyone else. When Lionel Messi started playing at La Masia FC Barcelona's youth academy, he was so quiet and shy. He was still just 13 years old, the smallest boy on the team. Many of the other boys were taller, stronger, and much more confident. Some of them would tease Messi, saying things like, "You're too tiny to play football with us." But Messi never argued. He never fought back with words. Instead, he let his football do all the talking for him. And when Messi had the ball, it was like pure magic. He could dribble past 5 or 6 bigger players as if they were not even there. It was beautiful to watch. The coaches at La Masia noticed this right away. They would watch him in amazement and say to each other, "This boy is special. He has something that no one else has." But life in Spain was still very hard for young Messi. He missed his family back in Argentina so much. His mother and his siblings were thousands of miles away. Messi cried many nights in his room, feeling lonely and deeply homesick. His father Jorge was there with him, which was a great comfort, but Messi wanted his whole family to be together. He also struggled with the language. Everyone around him spoke Spanish, of course, but Messi was from Argentina, where they speak a different kind of Spanish, and at first he couldn't understand much. He often stayed quiet because he was too shy to try and speak. This made it even harder for him to make new friends. And then there was the pressure of playing for a club like FC Barcelona. Everyone expected him to be perfect in every game. But he was still just a boy, a child carrying a heavy weight. There were moments when Messi felt like giving up. He thought, maybe this is too hard. Maybe I should go home. But then, in those quiet, difficult moments, he would remember his grandmother's words. He could almost hear her voice, "You are special, Lionel. Never stop believing in yourself." At the age of 16, Messi got his first chance to play with FC Barcelona's main team, the senior team. This was a huge opportunity, but it was also very scary. He was going to be on the field with older, much stronger, and more experienced players. Men who were famous all over the world. But Messi did not let his fear stop him. During the match, he got the ball, ran past 3 big defenders, and scored a beautiful goal. The entire stadium went wild. Even the senior players on his own team were shocked by his incredible talent. One of them famously said, "This kid is going to change football forever." From that moment, Messi's life began to change very quickly. People all over the world started talking about him, calling him a future star. But Messi did not let the attention distract him. He stayed grounded. He kept working hard, training every single day, and always focusing on how he could improve his skills. But even as Messi's career started to grow, not everyone supported him. Some people would say, "He's good, but he will never be the best. He's just too small." Others back in Argentina doubted his loyalty to his home country because he was playing for a team in Europe. Then things got even worse. Messi's family received a terrifying death threat. Someone called them and warned them to stop Messi from playing football. The family was so scared. But Messi refused to quit. He told his father with a fire in his eyes, "Football is my life. I won't stop no matter what happens." By the time Messi was 20 years old, he was already seen as one of the best players in the world. In 2009, at just 22 years old, Messi won his first Ballon d'Or. This is a very special award given to the best football player in the entire world for that year. It was an incredible achievement. He would go on to win this award 7 more times, a record that no one else has ever achieved. Messi's style of playing was different from everyone else. He wasn't just about scoring goals for himself. He was a creator. He made amazing chances for his teammates. He worked hard in every single match, and he always played with his heart. You could see the passion in everything he did. Coaches and fans often said, "Messi doesn't just play football, he lives it." While Messi was breaking records on the field, he was also building a beautiful life off the field. He fell in love with Antonella Roccuzzo, a girl from his hometown of Rosario. They had known each other since they were children. Their love story is a quiet and beautiful one. Messi and Antonella got married in 2017, and today they have 3 wonderful sons, Thiago Matteo and Ciro. Despite all his fame, Messi is known for being a loving husband and a dedicated father. He remains humble and completely focused on his family. He often says, "My greatest achievements are not my trophies, but my family." Even though Messi was a superstar at FC Barcelona, his journey with the Argentine national team was filled with struggle and pain. Argentina lost several very important finals, including the 2014 FIFA World Cup final and the Copa America finals in 2015 and 2016. Each time they lost, Messi was heartbroken. He would cry openly on the field, feeling like he had let his entire country down. The weight of his nation's dreams was on his shoulders. Some people in Argentina even criticized him unfairly. They said, "Messi doesn't care about his country. He only plays well for Barcelona." This hurt Messi very deeply. At one point, the pain was so much that he decided to retire from playing international football. But after a few months away, Messi realized that he could not give up on his country. His heart wouldn't let him. He returned to the national team saying, "I want to win for my country. I want to make my people proud." And then, in 2021, Messi finally won his first major international trophy with Argentina. They won the Copa America. That victory was incredibly emotional for Messi and for the entire country. It was a moment of pure joy and relief. People in the streets of Argentina said, "This is not just Messi's win. This is Argentina's win." Lionel Messi, now one of the greatest players in the history of football, had achieved so much. But life was not always going to be smooth, even after all his incredible success. Each new chapter of his life brought new challenges, big changes, and more lessons to learn. For over 20 years, FC Barcelona was Messi's home. It was more than a club. He grew up there, he played with his heart for the team, and he became their all-time leading scorer. But in 2021, something shocking happened. Barcelona announced that they could no longer afford to keep Messi because of very serious financial problems. Messi was completely heartbroken. He never ever wanted to leave Barcelona. He cried during his final speech to the fans, saying, "I thought I would retire here, but life had other plans." Fans all across the world were devastated for Messi. It felt like a family was being broken apart. Still, he knew he had to move forward. Messi joined Paris Saint-Germain, or PSG, a top club in France. It meant a new country, a new team, and a brand new challenge. But starting fresh was not easy. In his first season at PSG, Messi faced unexpected difficulties. People had huge expectations for him, but things didn't go perfectly. He struggled to adjust to a new way of playing and a new city. Critics started to whisper, "Maybe Messi's time is over. He's not the same player anymore." For the first time in many years, Messi felt like the world was doubting him again. It reminded him of his younger days when people said he was too small to ever succeed. But Messi did not give up. What does he do when people doubt him? He works harder. He was determined to prove himself all over again. During this tough time, Messi remembered something his father had told him many years before. His father said, "Life will test you, Lionel, but every test makes you stronger. Use it as fuel to grow." So Messi decided to stay positive. He improved his fitness, he learned from his mistakes, and slowly he started performing better and better. By his second season at PSG, he was back to his best, scoring amazing goals, creating chances, and silencing all of his critics. Even though things were not always easy in France, Messi showed his magic once again. Soon, the fans in Paris started chanting his name, and children all around the world continued to look up to him. They loved how Messi always remained humble, no matter how successful he became. One young fan once said something very wise. He said, "Messi isn't just a footballer. He's an inspiration. He shows us that dreams can come true if you work hard." After his time in Europe, Messi surprised everyone again. In 2023, he made another big move. He joined Inter Miami, a club in the United States. Some people questioned his decision. They asked, "Why is Messi going to a smaller league?" But Messi had a vision. He wanted to help football grow in America and inspire a whole new generation of players. And he did exactly that. Fans in the US then filled stadiums just for a chance to watch him play. His arrival changed the sport in that country forever. One of Messi's greatest qualities is his leadership. He is not the kind of leader who shouts or demands things from others. Messi leads by his actions. On the pitch, he gives his absolute best in every single match. Off the pitch, he supports his teammates like a kind big brother. Even when Argentina lost those important finals in the past, Messi never blamed anyone. He always said, "We win together, and we lose together." His humility and his quiet strength have earned him the respect of players all around the world. Messi's influence goes far beyond football. He has inspired millions of people to chase their own dreams. His story teaches us some very important lessons. It teaches us that it is okay to start small. It teaches us that challenges will always come, but that you have the strength to overcome them. And it teaches us to stay humble, no matter how successful you become. Messi also gives back to society. He has donated millions of dollars to help build hospitals and schools. His own foundation helps children from poor families get a better education and health care, because he never forgot where he came from. Outside of football, away from the cameras and the crowds, Messi is just a simple man. He loves spending his time with his wife, Antonella, and their 3 kids. He enjoys playing games with his sons, watching cartoons with them, and even cooking for his family. One time, a journalist asked Messi, "What is your favorite moment in your life?" Messi smiled a gentle smile and said, "Scoring goals is great, but my happiest moments are with my family." That tells you everything about his heart. Messi's incredible story has been told in books, documentaries, and interviews. One of the most famous books about him is called Messi, the Inside Story of the Boy Who Became a Legend. It talks about all his struggles, his triumphs, and the lessons he learned along the way. By now, Messi has broken almost every record in football. He has won over 40 major trophies, including 8 Ballon d'Or awards, 4 Champions League titles, a Copa America, and a FIFA World Cup. These numbers are amazing, and they prove his greatness. But what makes Messi truly special is his pure love for the game. He once said, "I don't play for awards, I play because I love football." But there was one dream left, the ultimate dream. For years, Lionel Messi dreamed of winning the World Cup for his country Argentina. It was the one trophy missing from his amazing collection. He had come so close in 2014, but lost in the final match. It was a heartbreaking moment. Many people said, Messi will never win the World Cup. He just doesn't have what it takes. But Messi never gave up on that dream. He worked harder, he believed in his team, and he stayed focused. Then in 2022, during the World Cup in Qatar, everything changed. Messi led Argentina to an incredible victory, scoring important goals in every single match. The final was unforgettable. Argentina played against France in one of the greatest football matches in history. It was a roller coaster of emotions. Messi scored, he assisted his teammates, and he inspired everyone around him. After 120 minutes of intense football and a dramatic penalty shootout, Argentina became the champions of the world. When Messi finally lifted the Golden World Cup trophy, tears of joy ran down his face. The whole world watched as he kissed the trophy that he had dreamed of his entire life. For Argentina, it was not just a football win. It was an emotional moment that united the entire nation. Fans chanted, "Messi, Messi, Messi," in the streets for days. This victory proved one thing. For everyone to see, dreams really do come true if you never ever give up. Even after achieving everything, Messi remains humble. He doesn't brag about his awards or his fame. Instead, he always gives credit to his team, his family, and his coaches. A reporter once asked him, "What does success mean to you?" Messi replied, "Success is not just about trophies, it's about being a good person and helping others." Messi is more than a footballer. He is a role model. Young players around the world watch him and think, if Messi can do it, maybe I can too. Even his biggest rivals admire him. Cristiano Ronaldo, who is often called Messi's greatest competitor, once said, "Messi inspires me to be better. He is one of the greatest players ever." Messi spends time mentoring young players, sharing his wisdom, and teaching them how important hard work is. He often says, "Talent is not enough. You must love what you do and you must work for it every single day." Messi believes in simple things. He teaches us to enjoy what we do. Whether you are playing football or doing anything else, passion is the key. He also teaches us to never compare ourselves to others. He says we should focus on our own journey, not on what other people are doing. And finally, he shows us that family is everything. Despite his busy life, Messi always makes time for his wife and children. He says, "My family gives me the strength to keep going." When asked how he wants to be remembered, Messi has said, "I want to be remembered as someone who gave everything to the game and inspired people to believe in themselves." He also says, "I started as a small boy with big dreams. I faced challenges, but I kept going. You can do the same." Believe in yourself, work hard, and never give up. The world is waiting for your greatness. Lionel Messi's life teaches us that no dream is too big. From a small, quiet boy in Rosario to a global icon, Messi has shown us the true meaning of determination and humility. His journey is proof that even when the world doubts you, even when you feel small, you can rise up and achieve the impossible. Messi's story will live forever, inspiring millions of people to chase their dreams and to create their own legacy. As we come to the end of Lionel Messi's incredible journey, let's just pause and think about the most important lesson his story teaches us: never give up, no matter how hard life gets. Messi's life was not easy. He faced struggles, doubts, and obstacles at every step of the way. He was told he was too small, too weak, and that he would never make it as a professional football player. But instead of listening to those negative voices, he listened to the voice inside him. He believed in himself, and he worked harder than anyone else. Messi's journey shows us that your past does not define your future. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is your determination, your heart, and your willingness to keep going no matter what. He didn't give up when others doubted him, and that is why he achieved what seemed impossible. We can all learn from his humility. Despite becoming one of the greatest athletes in the world, he never let fame change who he was. He stayed grounded and focused on what truly matters: his family, his passion for football, and helping other people. So the next time you face a challenge in your own life, I want you to remember Messi. When you feel weak or discouraged, remember that the greatest successes often come from the hardest struggles. Keep moving forward. Stay humble and never ever stop believing in yourself. Messi's story is not just about football. It's about life. It's about overcoming challenges, staying focused, and making your dreams come true, no matter how impossible they may seem. The world needs more people like Messi, people who inspire others through their actions, people who lift others up, and people who show that anything is possible if you never give up. Now it is your turn. What are your dreams? What challenges are you facing right now? Take Messi's story with you. Carry it in your heart, and remember that you have the strength inside you to overcome anything. Keep fighting. Keep believing, and one day you will achieve your own greatness. This is not the end of Messi's story. It is the beginning of your own. You are capable of more than you think. And just like Messi, you can create a legacy that will inspire others for generations to come. Thank you for listening.